Hello, everyone. It's Bernard broadcasting live here from Miniature Printerland, and I am getting ready to pour the river. And that always makes me a little nervous, but hopefully it will go well. So I'm sure you're all familiar with resin, two-part resin pouring, but I thought it might be fun to show you what I'm doing. And for those who have not poured before, I'm using the EnviroText two-part resin, and I'm about to pour a river. So let's take a look. So this is the EnviroText. I know that other people use different products. I've always used EnviroText. We've got the resin, and we've got the hardener, and I'm going to pour out different parts of each. And I'm going to, and I've never done this before, I bought some epoxy resin dyes. So these are little specific color dyes for epoxy resin. And I've selected the brown, the green, I don't know if you can see that, and what I think is probably the best is the transparent green. And I'm going to add a little bit of these resins to the river, and then I'm going to pour it. So here we go. Let's take a look. Hey, Trackside Mike. Al's here, BNC's here. Thanks for dropping in, guys. I'm just going to do a little resin pouring, and I'm going to show you the river in a minute, but let me mix the resin first. I always get nervous at this stage because I'm not sure how much to make. So I always make more than I need on the theory that it's better to have too much than too little. So here we go. Equal amounts of both. Eye protection because this stuff is nasty. All right. So here we go. Just going to pour in the resin. Like I say, I have no idea how much to make. So I'll probably make way too much. But that's okay. I'd rather have way too much. Yeah, this stuff is nasty. Nasty. Windows open, fans are on, hand and eye protection. You don't fool around with two-part epoxy. Well, you can, but why would you? I am river making, and I will show you in a minute what's at the bottom of the river. So let's put in, this is the nasty stuff, the hardener. All right, so we're pouring the hardener now. Okay, I think I'm going to pour in a little bit more epoxy because I'm going to really, oh, hi Sarah, how are you? Are you at home or are you at the new space? Because if at the new space, you can come over and watch me pour a river. All right, so there's the two-part epoxy. Now, let's add some dye. So I'm going to start off with the transparent green. Just going to put in a couple drops because you don't need a lot of this stuff. There we go. Okay. I'd say that's probably nicely jammed. Let's see. Yeah, it's not coming out. Okay, so I definitely need to, something has jammed up the works here. Let's see. Yeah, easier said than done. I'm gonna have to get the old pliers or exact. Oh, there, I got it. All right. So God help me, everyone. I'm free pouring. All right. So there's a little bit. Let's mix that up and see what it looks like. I like a little bit of a tint, but I don't want it to get too crazy. I've got a few things you're going to see in a minute at the bottom of the river. So definitely want to tint the water, but I still want it to be transparent. It's not bad. What do you think? Yeah, it's probably enough. Maybe I'll put 1 drop of brown in. I'm probably tempting fate here. Maybe half a drop of brown. I like a good muddy river. All right. Yeah, okay. So here, a tiny bit of brown. Now the brown is not transparent. So let's just add a little tiny bit of brown in there. So we get a brownish green. Once again, the idea is not to have crystal clear water. Well, I kind of like that. Yeah, that's kind of what I'm looking for. Kind of murky, mucky. Okay, so the way the two-part epoxy works, I've got the tint in. I'm going to mix the hardener and the resin for 2 minutes in one, and then I'm going to pour it and mix it in the other. So here we go. All right, so let's get organized here, and then I'll show you the river. So we are pouring the hardener into the epoxy resin. And it's making a mess, of course. So we'll say, hey Google, set an alarm for 2 minutes. Hey Google, set an alarm for 2 minutes. 3:44 p.m. All right. So we're mixing vigorously for 2 minutes. How's everyone doing today? What's their Sundays look like? Everyone having a good day, I hope? Yeah, this always makes me really nervous. I hate pouring rivers because you work so hard on the module diorama. And then, hey Rick, how you doing? Just pouring a river here. Mixing for 2 minutes. And I'm going to mix again for 2 minutes. And then I'm going to pour it. And hope for the best. Hey Google, how long left on the timer? It looks like we don't have the timer set at the moment. Hey Google, how long left on the alarm? The alarm will go off in 52 seconds. 52 seconds, holy moly. Yeah, how-to video, exactly, Joe. I'm pouring the river, and you'll see in a minute the river scene. I'm trying to get the module up and running for Springfield, which is coming up really quickly. The brand of the resin that I'm using the most consistent results with. I know some people like Magic Water and all sorts of different things, but I'm an Envirotex light kind of guy. So I'm just spinning this around for 2 minutes. Then I'll pour it in the other cup, give it another minute, and then we'll pour it. Oh, there we go. Okay, Google, stop. So there we go. Pour it into this one. Oops. There we go. All right, I'm just going to mix this up for a minute then. So bear with me. Okay, let's mix this. Hey Google, set an alarm for 1 minute.
3:46 p.m.
Okay, then we mix this for a minute. Hello, oh, hello from Portugal. How are you? I was just talking about Portugal the other day. My wife's best friend has a place in Portugal. We were talking about planning a trip. I think Portugal is one of my favorite places in the world. I hope things are well with you in Portugal. Please have a super bock for me. It's probably just about the right time for a super bock or Sagres. I'm a super bock kind of guy, I think. Hey Dwayne, how are you? Just getting ready to pour the river here. Okay, so alarm should go off in a minute, and then I'm going to take my 2-part epoxy and start pouring the river, and I will show you. All right, there we go. Okay, this is the nerve-wracking part. So let's get the phone here. Probably have resin all over my phone. Okay, can you see the river there? So I'm going to start pouring into the river. I've dammed up both sides. It's a very large river scene. And I've got things embedded in the river. Ooh, I can already tell I probably didn't pour enough. I'm gonna have to pour another batch, but let's see this. Yeah, let's see if it evens out. Yeah, I'm gonna have to pour more. Okay, so I'm gonna do a quick mix here. Kind of figured that might be the case. It's okay. While that simmers down, let's just do a little bit more here. You never quite know how much to pour. So we're going to do a 2-part pour. Should be fine because it gives you a bit of working time here. So it's always a bit of a mad scramble. But that's to be expected. I mean, it looks good, don't get me wrong. But I thought I made a ton. But you never make enough, do you? All right. This is sort of just flattening out. I'm going to get the hairdryer out in a minute. Let's add a little bit more of the transparent green because that actually worked out really well. And anyone have any questions while I am adding transparent green? Yeah, it will level out, but I still want a little bit more in there, I think. Oh, not that much. Jeez Louise, that's a lot of transparent green. All right, well, that's fine. Mixing away. It'll even out. We're going to have a greenish tint, which is not the end of the world. Yeah, this stuff does tend to flow everywhere. All right, let's mix this batch up. Here we go. Hey Google, set an alarm for 2 minutes.
There, your alarm set for 3:50 p.m.
Okay, so just mixing this up for 2 minutes. Here, I'll move the phone back around, although I got resin everywhere. That's a problem with this stuff. You get it on everything. Whoops. I think I probably resined my phone. Okay, I'm just going to stir. How about that? I will come down here and stir my nice green river. At least it's transparent, so it's pretty good. This stuff will level out. Yeah. Oh, did I put that on there? All right. I don't know how to take that comment off. As soon as I get this poured, I will take that comment off. Yeah, I'll be working with it tomorrow. Oh, yeah. Okay, you're going to go live, BNC. We can see what you're going to do tomorrow. I'm just using my breath to get the carbon dioxide bubbles out. That's the most important thing, is to get the bubbles out. I've heard two things. I've heard that you need carbon dioxide, and I've heard that you need heat. I'm not quite sure which, but the bubbles are coming up real quick on this stuff. So I want to make sure that I get the bubbles out. It's looking good though. It's kind of what I want. Okay. Okay, so there's 2 minutes. So we're gonna go a minute on the other side. I'm gonna change my gloves because these are getting a little gooey. Okay, Google, stop. Here we go. If you pour resin like I pour resin, it gets everywhere. I'm not a neat and tidy resin pourer. Okay, so here we go. Oh, there we go. All right, let's try this again. So that's been the 2 minutes there, so we're gonna move it over to this one. And we're gonna say, hey Google, set an alarm for 1 minute.
3:52 p.m. Set.
Okay. And I got resin everywhere, so I'm gonna have to clean up my module. Okay. And we're stirring. I think I'm gonna put a drop of brown in, because it's a little green for my liking. Just a drop. Because a little bit of this goes a very long way. There we go, that's perfect. Now it's a muddy green. Why 2 mixers? I don't know. It's just what they say. They say you mix it for 2 minutes, transfer containers, and then you mix it for another minute. That's just the general operating instructions on a 2-part epoxy. So I'm going to switch this around in a minute so you can actually see me do the pour. All right, Google, stop. Okay, perfect. So let's take my, here we go. So hopefully, now it's tilted down. You can see what's going on here. So I really want to get a nice, not super thick, but I want, I want there to be a bit of water everywhere. Now I might have to do this in 2 pours, because you're not supposed to go crazy thick on this stuff. And I'm probably pouring it a little thick. Let me go around to this side now. Okay, I'll move this, forgive me. So hopefully you can see what's happening here. All right, I'm gonna pour over here now. I've got various things embedded that I want to be not covered in resin, but I want it to be, I'm going for not a deep river, but a river nonetheless. Okay. So we definitely have enough epoxy in it. We'll level out. Oh yeah, I think we're good now. So let's just add a drop more in here. I don't know, oh shoot, I shouldn't have got it on the boat, but whatever. That's the problem with this stuff. It does go everywhere. All right. That's everything. So that's not mixing a third batch. So that's going to be as deep as it goes. It's just going to have to level out now. Let me go hands-free and I'll show you some of the things I've done. Okay. What a mess. So, oops. Hopefully you're still there. Okay, so we've got a boat over there, got the bridge, got a tire over there, Shopping cart over there. I did get some epoxy on the boat, which is not a good thing. So I'm trying to get it off. So the boat's supposed to be in the water, but the water's not supposed to be on the boat. All right. I am building modules. Yes, I am. And I'm getting the hairdryer out. So that I can blow hot air. Crapola. Give me 1 second. I gotta unplug the hairdryer. Probably should have done this before. Here, I'm gonna put you back on the module so you can see everything spreading out, and I will go get the hairdryer. There we go. Just using some heat to just move the bubbles around. Try and get rid of some of the bubbles here. I'm not sure whether it's the heat or the carbon dioxide. Does anyone know? I'll see how this goes. And then if I need another pour, this is about as thick as I want to pour it today. I'm not a big fan of doing too much at once. It already looks better though, with the water in. It's kind of been bugging me. I kind of needed to do this for a long time. There are all sorts of little Easter eggs hidden in the bottom of the water here. Wife says it's the heat. I believe it's the heat. Need a close-up view. Okay, let me get you a close-up view in a minute. All right. Let me show you what I've done. I'm going to turn the camera around and let me get you a close-up view. Settings, camera, back camera. All right. There's the boat. And the rushes. You can see the bottom. That's what I'm going for, the bottom. There's the bridge with the barrel. Okay. So I wanted to get under the bridge, which I did. Then over here, shopping cart, old tire. Not sure if you can see it, but yeah, there's a pylon under the water. So just want to be subtle. Come around this way. Didn't need to pour a deep river. Just wanted a little bit of water on here. More like a creek. Yeah, I'm kind of happy with this. I think this is good. The most important thing is I've got the dams on there. So no leakage. I used some not epoxy, can't think, silicone. Some silicone there just to hold that on. Same on this side over here. And yeah, I'm quite pleased with that. I just needed a little bit of water on there. So far so good. This will take a couple days to dry, I'm sure. Let me go back around. Let's go back to me. Where's me? Oh, thanks, ADI. Addy, that's fantastic. Nothing leaking yet. No, nothing is leaking yet. So that's really good. And thank you for that. I'm quite pleased with this. I would strongly recommend. So here's my tip for the day. Let me come around. Settings, camera, front camera. I'm back. Okay, hi everybody. I got resin on everything. Resin on my phone, resin on my tripod. Okay, so Bernard's top tip. If you are attempting to pour a river with 2-part epoxy, which is easy and fun, get yourself some of this. This is color resin pigment with bottled package, each resin colorant, 0.35 ounce, non-toxic and odorless. I got this on Amazon. There are a bunch of colors, 32 of them, I think. An excellent choice for resin projects. A little drop can go a long way. Note, shake up the resin pigment bottle before use. Do not drink it. I'm not supposed to drink it, everyone. So that's important. And you get a whole bunch of little bottles like this. I used the transparent green and a little bit of the brown. And it just gives your resin that extra little bit of tinting. And this seems to have worked much better than a drop of the acrylic paints that I usually use. The difference being that the acrylic paint is, I got resin everywhere. Okay, hold on. Very, very messy, very messy. It gets everywhere. I got it all over my module, but that's okay because I'm going to paint the fascia. And I got it on a little bit of the vacant lot over here, which is fine. I'll just cover it up with more. Oh, actually, I can cover it up right now. No accidents, just happy little mistakes. And this river is looking really good. It's settling in nicely. And I don't see a lot of bubbles. So I don't have a super strong light on it. I might get the light from my cell phone when I'm done the broadcast. But yeah, I'm going to call this project done. It's going to need probably a couple days to dry. I will give it a little bit more with the hairdryer just to give it one more pass. But overall, I'm extremely pleased. I'll see if I can give you guys a last little view of it. There we go. Here we'll do the aerial view. I don't know how that's turning out, but hopefully you get the gist of it. That's the drone shot. And there's only one thing left to do other than say goodbye, and that's clean up the resin that is everywhere. Have fun. If you're pouring rivers, by all means, feel free to go live because I'm sure everyone would love to see it. And let me just get out of settings here. Dawn Head, thanks for the demonstration. You're very welcome. Yeah, Amazon. I did get the Amazon colors. It does look wet. It will always look wet. Bubbles might pop up in an hour or so. Don't ask me why. You know, that's a good point. I am probably going to head out of here soon, but maybe I will pop back and take a look. I think I'm going to need to maybe pour another layer, but I'm going to let this layer dry completely first because I don't feel comfortable. I'd say this is probably about 1/4 of an inch, and I don't think I want to pour deeper than that. Okay, everyone. Have a lovely Sunday. Thanks for tuning in. And if I end up doing anything else ambitious on this, I will go live again. Have a great day, everyone, and see you soon. Gonna go get rid of my bubbles. Bye-bye.